Hello, this is Corey the Keyblade Wielder, and we're back for another commentary. About time, huh? Disney Heroes vs. Villains, Round 7, The Stopping Point. Let's get this started. So we started off with a prologue. Queen Grimhilda meets with the Horned King and his alliance to forge an alliance. But of course the Horned King and the other alliance refuses, by ultimately humiliating the Queen, which gets her angry, and now there's a rivalry. Interesting. Hades arrives to ask Jafar to help him out to... Hold on, how did it go again? Oh yeah, Hades meets up with Jafar with orders from Maleficent to go on a mission together. Yeah, but they're not exactly in terms. They're not in favorable. Of course, Queen Grimhilda, after humiliated by the Horned King, vows revenge. Interesting, a rivalry in a Heroes vs. Villains series. But Facilia turns Lawrence into Prince Naveen to spy on the heroes. Of course, Merlin decides to tell his faction that he has to go out and stop other forces. But the Genie, Ariel, and Arthur and Archimedes thought they could help him out, but Merlin tells them no, they have to stay in here, in the cottage. Because there are other forces out there that can... evil forces that will come after them. It's like, look, I made my mind, okay? Don't make me regret it. Oh boy. Guess they really want to help, don't they? But Archimedes... Oh, not yet. Whereas the Horned King is meeting with the Alliance, like Bill Sykes and Morgana. That now they can enter the war. I thought they were already in war. Hold on. That was weird. Okay, first fight. Hercules versus Gaston. Two muscular men, a nice guy versus the bad boy type. Interesting. Okay, Gaston is out in Greece until he sees Megara, and he starts flirting with her. I thought he'd be with Belle. You know, getting into Belle instead of other women. And of course, Meg runs away from him and tells Hercules... Well, Herc needs other factions, of course. Now it's the fight between these two. Seriously, I thought Gaston only cares about Belle. Why is he going after Meg? Well, if you see Beauty and the Beast, he didn't care for other women. He only wants Belle. That's just it. Ooh! Yeah, everyone laughs. Did he bring all the villagers with him? Must be a whole country. Now Hercules wins, and now Gaston vows revenge. Something brought up, pause. Yeah, History Buff kind of thought of what the villains, he was like, oh yeah, I did bet this guy. Yeah, I took him down, and then the villains realize who Hercules is, like, no you didn't, you lost, you liar. Yeah, because he is a demigod. Hercules is. Next fight. Lilo and Stitch versus Emperor Zurg and Warp Dark Matter. I always feel bad for the guy who is eating his ice cream. Okay, Zurg arrives on Earth, but the first invasion is Hawaii, which is part of Earth. Oh boy. Okay, the margin is just kind of silly. And of course, they get to take out Stitch and Lilo, of course, while Stitch is trying to stop them. Oh wait, Warp Dark Matter blew up the house. Oh boy. And now Stitch gets to fight them. Whoa. One heck of a laser. Wow, Stitch is good at catching it. Stitch is indestructible. He can get all the bullets in his hands and blast them back. Oh. Somehow Zurg got a net gun. Emperor Zurg and Warp Dark Matter wins. Or Agent Z is who he is. Okay, next fight. Medusa versus Naveen and Tiana. Description: Medusa has captured Tiana as a frog. Or maybe Snoops. And of course, Naveen realizes this, or sees that, and he has to go save her. Huh. Interesting that we're starting them off as frogs. Kind of makes sense to me in the fight, because they're all in the bayou. Oh boy. Now there's 3 gator fights. That'll be interesting. It's like, I like how she went all, eek, a frog. She gets Snoops to... Oh! Yeah, it's funny. Ooh. Yikes. It's like Ray comes to the rescue. Looks like they saved Tiana. It's a pretty good fight. It's a pretty entertaining one. And Naveen and Tiana wins. Next fight up. Merlin versus Hades and Jafar. Description, yeah, they're still stubborn at Merlin's orders. I like Archimedes, like, hey, but he didn't tell us we can spy on him. Good idea. Genie turns Arthur into a bird. I guess they're the only ones to check out. I guess Merlin's in an old abandoned castle is what it probably is. Until Hades and Jafar arrives. And Archimedes and Arthur also, they're just spying. Or checking up. It's like, miss me. Oh, that's cool. I love the editing. He made it look like he's freezing Hades. A wizard blizzard. Really, Jafar? You're gonna mess with his beard? That's juvenile. Maybe you should have taken a better form. Oh boy. Yep. You're doomed. Okay, good editing there. It's like Hades' fire is actually almost getting them. And a mouse. Okay, despite the fact that I hate the House of Mouse, this was a good footage. Now Merlin is trapped in the lamp. Now Hades and Jafar wins. Oh boy. Next fight, oh yeah, Clayton versus the Beast. McLeach sends Clayton to take out the Beast, who's roaming somewhere at the Horned King's palace or whatever. Well, outskirts. Oh, Quasi's blushing at Mulan. Like, Thor. Guess Beast and his forces are still, walking around and... Oh boy. Now it's a fight between Clayton and Beast. Interesting. Oh dear, and Radcliffe and his army arrives. Yeesh. Oh boy, and McLeach shows up. And of course Radcliffe and McLeach had an argument until one of them blurts out about Clayton. Hold on. Now that they mention it, Clayton's in trouble. You said it, Mushu. And of course, I guess the Beast wins, and now everyone's getting out of here. Next fight. Aladdin versus the Sheriff of Nottingham. Huh. Description: Aladdin is looking for more allies to fight against the villains. And Esmeralda spots Aladdin, and Aladdin sees the Sheriff. Because the Sheriff wants Aladdin because he's probably stealing something. Of course, as a street rat. Oh boy. Because Esmeralda is impressed by Aladdin's skills. Of course he would. I mean, anyone would. He survived through a lot of guards. I always love Aladdin. Again, he's my favorite Disney hero. They're like, where'd he go? Okay, one thing from History Buff. That scene where the sheriff is like, where Aladdin jumps into another building, and the sheriff's like, nuts, he got away. Well, let's go back to HQ. Like, sir, he just jumped to the next building that we're in front of. Shouldn't we go over there? No. He got away, so let's just get him next time. But maybe we should go to the building and surround him. No. He got away. But sir, hey, when the person jumps from the next building to the next building, he got away means he got away. So shut up, zip it, drop it, let's go home. We'll probably catch him later. Okay, like, really? I love when History Buff makes these kind of things, like what's going on with them. And Esmeralda and Aladdin meet up, and okay, even they're both, Esmeralda is like the very flirtatious one. Like the way she does that in the scene kind of looks like she's flirting with him. What about Aladdin and Esmeralda were both flirting the heck out of each other, but they're praying to God Almighty Phoebus and Jasmine don't figure it out. Oh boy. Of course, Aladdin wins. Next fight up. Chenzi, Bonsai, and Ed versus Kuzco and Pacha. I love Emperor's New Groove. Even though Yzma has appeared in other wars, but now we get to see them. Scar sends the hyenas out to capture a llama named Kuzco. One thing about the Emperor's New Groove is that not many people like the movie. I mean, that's a shame because it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I think it's great, it's funny, and it's very emotional. And one of the scenes I felt were really heartfelt, like the scene where Pacha's talking with the other llamas, like, I mean, yeah, the guy's kind of a jerk, but you know, he's a good guy. He has a good heart. And when he sees Kuzco, and he hears all this stuff, and Kuzco wants to apologize, Pacha's like, so, you're tired of being a llama? And Kuzco's like, yes! And it was such a heartwarming scene, and I love it. The sequel, lame. The TV series, don't even get me started on the TV series. The movie, the first Emperor's New Groove, is really good. So we see Kuzco as a llama. Interesting, we're starting him off as a llama. But is wandering around the jungle and he's spotted by the hyenas. Well, now he's ambushed by them. Run, Kuzco, run! Learn how you run from Forrest Gump. Sorry, I just don't feel stuttering all of a sudden. Why do I always stutter? What's wrong with my grammar? And Pacha of the jungle to the rescue! Please, swinging. Oh, were the panthers with the hyenas? Okay. Oh boy. Hold on. Of course. How did the hyenas got all the way from one spot to the other? That's far away. And Chenzi and Bonsai and Ed wins. Next fight. Prayer Fox and Brer Bear versus Pooh and friends? In the description, Prince John hires Brer Fox and Brer Bear to find some more prisoners for his jail since it's empty because of Robin Hood. And of course their target is Winnie the Pooh. I'm like, Winnie the Pooh? I mean, he's such a childlike and so innocent. Like, I can't even say Winnie the Pooh because, you know, it was dirty when I said it. Even History Buff is kind of like, why are You put Winnie the Pooh in the war. It's like with the nostalgia critic when he did like the Follow That Bird movie. He tried to be snarky, he tried to be sarcastic, but he couldn't. He ended up saying, "You are childhood." Same thing with Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh, you are the epitome of childhood innocence. And you bring him along with his friends in a war where good and evil are killing each other. Oh boy. And of course, Tigger and Rabbit sees Bird Fox and Bird Bear and warned everyone. Do they know each other? Did everyone know them? Look, I love the Kingdom Hearts music, but now it's all la 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 la. It's like, they're not fighters. They're too friendly to fight. And the weird part, this is made by Daniel Espinosa. Though, like, really? That dude. And it makes you wonder, how happens if they find out they're not flesh and blood, they're fluff and stuff? You know, I'd be pretty mad too if I found out that animal I hunted down was made of fluff and stuff. Not for killing, but for sport. I like Winnie the Pooh, he's just giving him honey. He's like, oh, even the bear wants home and honey. And Tigger spots the honey beehive. Okay, give the credit to the people who made this music. It's pretty good. Like, you just put Winnie the Pooh right in front of Maleficent and make her go to the fields of flowers and daisies. I don't know how it really goes. It's History Buff made a joke about that. Well, so wait, are we not going to see Bird Fox and Bird Bear again? I was pretty sure we can see them more often. Weird. They should have been around more. Well, it was good. Pooh Bear and his friends win. Now for the epilogue. Hades and Jafar arrived to tell Maleficent that they captured Merlin and put him in a lamp, which all of her Maleficent and her forces are celebrating now they can enter the war. I thought they already have. Of course, Merlin and Archimedes tells Genie and Ariel what happened. But now they need to find somewhere to hide, but Ariel suggests the under the sea. I'm pretty sure Maleficent's forces could find them out there also. But Genie decides to go, what the hey. Oh, now first he was a bird, and now he's a fish. And of course, Clayton is still in trouble from McLeach and Ratcliffe, but they decide to team up for something. And then you get the racist crows along with Jiminy Cricket. Okay, what do I mean by racist crows? This was during the time when people kind of make stereotypes of things. I mean, they're not really racist. What they represent are the African Americans. This was during the time people, even Tom and Jerry, made African Americans look weird looking and big lips like they got stung by bees, which is very offensive when you look back to it. I mean, you know, when they smoke cigars, they go, like, oh, that's how black people. But nowadays, we just see it as really offensive, uncomfortable, and racist. Which, I mean, Walt was not a racist. He was during the racist era. I mean, they weren't. I mean, if you watch Dumbo, the crows are not really that offensive. They do feel bad for making fun of Dumbo, but they want to help him out. They're good guys. And they are. They felt bad for making fun of Dumbo. They do help them. So I can see them be redeemable heroes. I mean, in a way, I mean, even like Song of the South, that very controversial Disney film, because it was very controversial because it was a bit racist. I mean, they're not trying to be offensive, but it's still a good story. But it just look past the racist part, it'll still be a good movie. It's something History Buff kind of brought up, and he makes a point. I mean, they're not trying to be offensive. And yeah, if you look back in these cartoons in the old days, they were okay, let's just get back to this video. And Jiminy sees Pinocchio is being dragged into the circus by Honest John and Gideon, and the crows follow him. Buzz Lightyear, along with the Star Command, Captain Amelia and Dr. Doppler, and Ben, and Dr. Jumba and Peakley, arrive to Earth to stop Zurg. Ponch and Kuzco survive the waterfall, and they run into Tiana, Naveen, Louie, and Ray. Team Human again. This is what it's called. Aladdin and Hercules down on the Goofy ride with all the Disney characters that escaped from either Frollo or Prince John's jail. And there's Ichabod Crane. And Prince Naveen, or the fake Naveen, arrives. And of course, this Naveen is a spy. Oh boy. So, actually the first part. If Ichabod is here, does that mean we're going to see Brom Bones and Katrina Van Tassel and the Headless Horseman? Interesting. I think the screen's dark. There we go. That'd be interesting, as I say. So yeah, that was Disney Heroes vs. Villains Round 7. Been a long time, huh? Well, for right now, I'm going to do the other series. Right now. This is Corey the Keyblade Wielder. May your heart be your guiding key. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe.